Welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble. Please stand by for the upcoming fight. This time, Bretonnia will face up against the Wood Elves.
So welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble and thank you for tuning in. This time I'm playing with Bretonnia and I'm facing up against the Wood Elves. So as I said in a former video, the matchup is in a very high favor for Bretonnia, and there are a couple of reasons for that. First of all, Bretonnia has the stronger cavalry. They have a lot of variation in the cavalry, and overall the cavalry is much stronger than the cavalry of the Wood Elves. So the Wild Riders cannot compete against the cavalry of Bretonnia. Our other reason is that Bretonnia has a stronger air force. So the stronger flying units, so Bretonnia controlling everything in the sky, and so it's very difficult for the Wood Elves to, or it's nearly impossible to bring any flying units like Forest Dragon or Lords on Forest Dragons and stuff like that. Also a big advantage. The third reason is that Bretonnia can handle everything against large units very good. So they can easily snipe out large units like a Durtu or a Treekin and stuff like that, because with Royal Pegasus Knights and also these guys over here, these Beast Slayers of Bastogne, the performance against large units is very good. And that are some reasons overall why the Bretonnia matchup, or why Bretonnia is so strong. And in this special case against Wood Elves, it's a very good matchup. So let's go to my army composition. I have a front line with 5 units or 4 units of Battle Pilgrims, because the Battle Pilgrims perform quite well against the Eternal Guard. And yeah, I put them in the front line because they are shielded and they can protect themselves from arrows and blade guards, and yeah. So the front line has a bit of melee defense, and if the enemy or if the opponent will shoot with his blade guards on the front line constantly, it's better to have them in the front line than men-at-arms or stuff like that. I have this legendary unit, the Holy Wands of Maisontal. They make fire damage, and this is very good against Wood Elf units, as the most of you know. And also the other skills, it's an improvement to the normal Battle Pilgrim unit, and it's worth the price in my opinion. So this is I have with them. I have 5 units of Battle Pilgrims in front line. Directly behind that, I have this group of Beast Slayers of Bastogne, because they perform very well against large units, and yeah, the performance is quite good against the Treekin frontline or typical stuff like that. But overall, I wouldn't bring any Foot Squires, because the Foot Squires perform so bad against the Wood Elves. So the only Wood Elf advantages, in my opinion, are the missile units, because they make a lot of damage. If you can manage it to snipe them out, you will get a lot of damage from any missile units, blade guards and stuff like that. And also the infantry performance is overall better of the Wood Elves, because the Wildwood Rangers massacre every Bretonian infantry unit. So if the enemy has a lot of Wildwood Rangers, it is more difficult to compete with your infantry against him. And the Foot Squires make no really a difference, because then you can leave them out. So also the Battle Pilgrims perform so bad against the Wildwood Rangers, but your advantage is with Bretonnia, you can outnumber the enemy, so you have much more infantry units. And always, in my opinion, leave out any Foot Squires, because they are too expensive. Bring other units, you can outnumber your enemy, and even if he has a lot of Wildwood Rangers, you should be fine. If you have at least some tactic, or yeah, it should be okay. Okay, yeah, I forgot something. I have also a Damsel with Law of Heaven, and I always bring her with 2 spells. Uranus Thunderbolt, because it makes a lot of damage, and in a if you overcast it, it makes armor piercing damage, a quite amount of that. If you cast it on a unit of Treekin, it makes a lot of damage. And the costs are, it's very cheap, so it's only 8 wounds of magic, so you can cast it several times in the game. And you have a little bit of mobility, so you can cast it on Blade Guards in the back line, and so you have a little bit of control, yeah, I can say. And then we have a harmonic convergence to improve the performance of the low tier infantry, like the battle pilgrims and spearmen and arm and stuff like that. So it's a lot of a bigger improvement of the melee stats. And you can see my complete front the second line is complete filled up with men-at-arms and spearmen-at-arms. So they perform in combination with the front line quite good. The spearmen-at-arms against Treekin and large units, and the men-at-arms perform quite good against Eternal Guard. So they will not kill a complete unit, but as I said, in combination with the front line, it's very good. And in the last line, of course, peasant bowmen with fire arrows, because they have a really wide fire range. You can directly snipe out the Glade Guards. So the Glade Guards have nearly no armor, and so they are really a good target, because the peasant bowmen make nearly no armor piercing. So they will snipe out a unit of Glade Guard really fast. Of course, if not the enemy is shooting on you earlier with the Glade Guards, so then your peasant bowman will take a lot of damage, of course. But also against Durtu, it adds up. So if you have a lot of if you constantly shoot with both units on the Durtu of the peasant bowman with fire arrows, it adds up, and he will take a lot of damage from them. Then we have a group of Royal Paxos Knights and Alberic the Baudelot, because this combination is quite strong against all large units, Durtu, Treekin, and all stuff like that, or Wild Riders, and very strong. So this is also, as I said, a reason why Bretonnia is so strong against the Wood Elves. And then I have a group of Grail Knights, and yeah. Here we are. So their performance is overall against everything very good, but especially against large units like Durtu or Treekin, they perform so well. So okay, let's go to my opponent. He has a Durtu, and I'm not sure what I should think about that, because as I said, it's very easy for Bretonnia to focus him out or snipe him out, and I would always bring a unit on foot, so not a large unit, and so it should be quite better. The performance should be quite better against Bretonnia. I wouldn't bring a Durtu. And here we have 2 units of Glade Guards, and you can see a Thunderbolt goes down over here. So as I said, I directly go after the Glade Guards with my Peasant Bowman and with spells and with the Thunderbolt, because it's very important to manage it, that the Wood Elf player is not constantly shoot on your on your front line. You can see a lot of damage goes down over here. Then we have a lot of Eternal Guard units, at least 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Eternal Guards, and a lot of War Dancers. So my enemy used a lot of War Dancers in this game, and I'm not sure what I have to think about that. Here we have War Dancers with Azrael Spear. This is very good, but the usual War Dancers, I'm not sure what to think about that, because I would bring, as I said, Wildwood Rangers, because the performance of the Wildwood Rangers is so strong. It's very difficult then. It's more difficult than for Bretonnia to handle this. And we have the complete backline is filled up with War Dancers, with Azrael Spear mixed. No, this is normal. These are normal War Dancers. That's also not very well protected, because it's very easy to charge in the backline, so they have no charge defense against large foes, and also not an anti-large bonus. So with the Grey Knights and stuff like that, you can easily cycle charge at the backline. And then we have at least these last but not least, these Lurks, Tricksters, War Dancer, Azra Spear. The performance of this unit is very good. I tested it by myself, and against large units, of course, it's very good. So okay, let's start over here, and yeah. So as you can see, I directly shoot on the Glade Guards over here, and makes a lot of damage to these guys. And the frontline fight runs well, because my Battle Pilgrims are fighting the War Dancers and the Eternal Guard. I think in this combination, you can see this combination is quite strong. My Battle Pilgrims took a lot of damage from both units. So let me see over here, the charge bonus at all is not so much, but yeah, you can see they get here sandwiched. And but I have another group of Battle Pilgrims, but this is quite good over here. He flanked me a lot. He flanked me quite well, and this was a very good play of my opponent. But this group of Spearmen and Arms will join that and also sandwich these units. But here you can see now my Alberic de Baudelot and the Royal Pegasus Knights are directly charged into the Durtu, and you can see also the Peasant Bowmen shoot directly on the Durtu, and it's very easy to snipe him out. As I said, he's a large target, and the Royal Pegasus Knights have a lot of charge attack, charge bonus, and also the bonus against large. And you can see on the backline, I directly charged into the backline, into this group of War Dancers and Glade Guards with my Grey Knights, and it was not really a problem to do that because he has no protection on the backline. He flanked me, as I said, he flanked me quite offensive over here, and now the protection over here was nearly zero. So you can see how much damage the Durtus already took. And he's rounding in a few seconds. Now another charge in over here with my Grey Knights, and now on the Durtu, and that's it for him. You can see he's dead. But here the infantry fight is running quite well for the Eternal Guard, for the Wood Elf player. But you can see now my Peasant Bowman shoot on this block over here, and I should win this also. This group of Tricksters, this War Dancers, Azra Spear performed quite well and managed it to kill a complete unit of Battle Pilgrims. Also over here, as I said, it's very easy to outnumber the enemy, and you can see 3 units fighting against 1, and of course over here he has a lot of units left, but overall it runs quite well over here, and over here. Because over here I think he would win, but with the Peasant Bowman I should manage it to win on this side.
Bretonnia!
So you can see here with the Grey Knights a cycle charge in the backline over here, so it's also on the right flank. I should manage it to win this fight. But yeah, Thunderbolt goes down over here. But overall, the units of the opponent or of the Wood Elf player they are at least very healthy, and the leadership is quite high. And over here they managed it to win the fight on the left flank. So the Azra Spear in combination with the War Dancers, in combination with the Eternal Guard works quite well, and now he breaks through. But I noticed that, and I sent him some units, some battle pilgrims over here, and should also be able to handle this over here. But I think that's it, and it's quite over now. As I said, I would, but you can see the one-handers make a lot of damage. So the performance was quite good. I would not expect that. I did not expect that, and but at least I would still bring Wildwood Rangers, 4 units, and yeah, that should improve the performance overall. Increase the performance overall, and it was quite good for him to not to bring any cavalry units, because as I said, it's quite worthless or to bring cavalry units against Bretonnia, because I just have 1 unit of Grey Knights, but other players have a lot of more cavalry, and yeah, it's the Wild Riders cannot compete against that. And yeah, as I said, the Duo 2 is not a good pick against Bretonnia, and I think Orion at least would increase the performance, maybe. So overall, as I said, it's quite easy to outnumber the Wood Elf player, and yeah, this is a big advantage of Bretonnia. So if he would take 4 units of Wildwood Rangers, the infantry is overall much stronger than this infantry, but as I said, you can outnumber him very easily. You have a lot of units. You can see also here nearly every slot is used, and they are much cheaper. These units are much cheaper. For example, the Men-at-Arms or the Spearmen-at-Arms are very cheap units. Also, the Battle Pilgrims are not so expensive, and yeah, it's very easy to bring a lot of them. So yeah, let me know what you think, and yeah, maybe see you next time on the next episode of Royal Rumble. Thank you.